got up early in the morning in Surat Thani to queue up for the ferry which will take us to Samui. The ferry port is very clean and the weather is perfect. The ferry schedule runs from early morning until 6 o'clock in the evening, and it holds a fair amount of vehicles. Good morning. I'm on the ferry going from Surat Thani to Samui. There are two ways of getting to Samui. You can go by ferry from Surat Thani, or you can fly by Bangkok Airways from Bangkok right to Samui. But this is a prettier and much more relaxing way of traveling. Just look behind me. You can get to Samui quicker by Bangkok Airways. Samui happens to be the hub for Bangkok Airways, and you can even come directly from abroad to Samui by flying Bangkok Airways. The award-winning airport is very cute. It's like arriving in a resort. Actually, Samui is in the same province as Surat Thani. This island is very simple and it used to be a sleepy town. Its population is predominantly Buddhist. Their lives were simple. Locals make money through coconut plantation. This is a beautiful island and had beautiful beaches. There is a funny story about the local landowners in the olden days who gave their favorite child, usually their sons, the land on the mountain where there are coconut plantations, and gave their not-so-favorite children the land on the beach, which they thought useless. Now, with tourism industry in Samui booming, the beach property became more valuable. Lucky guys. Actually, Samui cuisine is very simple. They use ingredients from the land like coconut, and they use other ingredients from the sea. So it's a mixture of the sea and the land itself. So we're going to cook some of these very simple dishes which uses coconut and seafood. That's it. Samui is dotted with simple restaurants or even shacks along the beach. The atmosphere is very relaxed and the food is very simple but very fresh. We are at Ta Koh restaurant where the local food is served here. Now, as you already know that in Samui they have a lot of coconut, and here are the coconut shells. And everything about Samui food is very, very simple. It's from the land, coconut and everything else, and the sea. Today, my friend here, she's going to tell me what to do. We're going to do it called Khoi Ji. Add ground fresh chili peppers to the mortar and pestle. Pound it a little bit. Add the shrimp paste to the mixture. Pound it again. Add cooked crab meat. You guessed it, you pound it again to mix. Add granulated sugar to the mixture. Add fresh grated coconut meat. Pound it together and mix well. Taste it. Ah, yes, quite spicy. Then you take a small amount of this paste and you spread it on the coconut shells. Like this. I'll do another one. Then you grill this paste in the coconut shell over charcoal until done and slightly brown. This is it. This is done. And what you do, how you eat it, you have to just take this up and you eat it with vegetables. Look at this. Because it's quite spicy, quite salty, but it's very aromatic and it's very typical of this place, of the sea and the land and Samui itself. Everything is very, very simple. The second dish that we're going to do is basically a dip. Not a soup, but it's a dip. And they take some squid, sun dry it, and then they soak it in water to soften it. Okay? And this is a coconut and dry squid dip. And all you have to do is cut it lengthwise, and then you're going to cut it into little pieces like this. See that? Not too big. This is a very, very simple dish. You use lemongrass. This is lemongrass. Cut up the lemongrass into 3-inch pieces. So we're gonna mash it, just bruise it. So this is, you get the smell as you mash it down. Slice up the Thai shallots. All you have to do is put a pot on the stove and take that flour out. Put a pot on the stove. Add coconut cream, lemongrass, and shallots. Bring it to boil. Add a little salt and stir. I'm standing next to this young lady to block off the wind. Add the squid to this boiling liquid and cook it out to reduce the liquid. Spoon the dip into a bowl and eat it with rice cooked in coconut milk. Look at this. This is very, very simple. And you know what? Because there's plenty of coconut in this land called Koh Samui or Samui Island, the rice is even cooked in coconut milk. Okay? So this is rice, coconut milk. Take this, pour it over the coconut rice. Oh. That is quite delicious. And it's really simple. My God. Since the early days, Samui is a coconut island. To some extent, Samui is still a coconut island despite the growth of tourism. We've done with all the savory dishes that's made from coconut and coconut sugar and all the stuff that is made in this town. Therefore, we haven't talked about desserts. And there's one dessert in this island that everybody knows about. And this is what it's called, caramel, or caramel actually. But basically it's made with coconut milk, palm sugar, salt, and that's it. And a little bit of rice flour. This is it. And this is one of the desserts that is very local, and they make it very, very well, and it's quite delicious. And I'm going to take you to go and see how it's made, okay? I think I'm going to try it first. ขอกินได้ไหม See, she doesn't feel it. Yeah. A little bit of sesame seed. I'm not too many one. Black sticky rice. I think we should go, huh? To make coconut caramel candy, first you start with coconut meat. Grate the coconut meat. Cut up the pandanus leaves into small pieces. Mix this with grated coconut meat and water. Press them to make coconut milk with pandanus leaf scent. Pour this liquid into a large wok. Add palm sugar and bring to boil and reduce. Add the coconut milk mixed with rice flour to this mixture. Bring to boil and allow it to thicken. There are 3 flavors of coconut caramel candy: pandanus, which is green, regular rice flour, which is brown, and black sticky rice flour, which is black. Transfer the thickened caramel into another wok. Stir this mixture over low heat until a caramel texture is achieved. They wrap this into a cone-shaped candy with their hands. I found it really difficult to do. They are so good with their fingers. What you need to do is you need to keep this for a day. Look at it. Then it'll be harder. Having said that, they sell these individually wrapped candy by kilos. At 100 baht a kilo, this is truly amazing Thailand. From a sleepy little island, Samui has become a world-class tourist destination. No longer can we find little deserted beach for solitude. With progress come resorts, hotels that are world-class. Just like this resort I stayed at Samui called Pawanthorn. From the outside, there's no hint that this is a very beautiful resort with houses, pool villas, and private beaches. Even at night, Samui has a thriving nightlife, especially at Chaweng Beach. Restaurants, bar all over the beach. All kinds of cuisines are available to tourists, especially seafood. Well, we are on an island after all. You can even choose to eat on the beach at many of the restaurants that are there. Samui has become an international island. It caters to tourists all over the world. Yet, they still keep that simple culinary tradition. At those small shacks dotted all over the Samui Island.